Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how did we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the E-Commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your host, John Suder, Bart, Mroz, and Brittany Blackman. The E-Commerce Minute is a production of SUMO Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm located in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's the E-Commerce Minute, episode 763.
In today's episode, Diageo launches whiskey bottle made from paper.
As the world is changing and the dire need for sustainability grows, certain mass production companies are beginning to do their part. Beverage conglomerate Diageo has announced that Johnnie Walker Scotch whiskey will be available in plastic-free bottles beginning in early 2021. It's the first ever 100% paper-based spirits bottle for the mainstream market. Diageo is the world's largest producer of whiskey and the company behind dozens of alcohol brands such as Smirnoff, Guinness, Tanqueray, and Captain Morgan. The new bottle, developed in partnership with venture management company Pilot Light, will be made from wood pulp that meets food-grade standards and is fully recyclable. Diageo and Pilot Light have launched a sustainable packaging company called Pulpex Limited to develop the paper bottle and collaborate on research and development. Pulpex Limited's technology allows it to produce a variety of plastic-free, single-mold bottles that can be used across a range of consumer goods. The packaging has been designed to contain a variety of liquid products and will form part of Diego's commitment towards Goal 12 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, responsible consumption and production. Pulpex will also create branded paper bottles in non-competing categories for companies including Lipton tea maker Unilever PLC and soda maker PepsiCo, which are expected to launch next year. Diageo uses less than 5% of plastic in its total packaging, but along with Unilever and PepsiCo has set targets to reduce and recycle plastic in their packaging as part of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals program by 2025. Pretty interesting. The mock-up here of this bottle is pretty cool. So it's a black label bottle. Obviously, you cannot see the contents inside because it is not glass, but it is a very sleek, matte finish black bottle with a silver cap and a silver Johnnie Walker label and silver print on top of it. My question is that you have this very spendy bottle of whiskey and you're putting it in a not so spendy carrier. Do you think this is going to turn off some consumers? Or do you think this was intentional?
I think it's intentional because you want to, less glass to be interesting. But also, I don't think it's going to be for the more expensive bottles, right? It's not going to be for this, the 30-year-old or 60-year-old because that's just never going to happen.
Right.
But for like the red and like for the 2-3-year-olds,
you're talking the age of the whiskey, not the age of the consumer.
No.
The 3-year-olds will drink the different whiskey.
Then I don't think it would matter, right? Because it's just liquor and, you're not aging it for longer.
I guess my point is Diageo is the largest booze conglomerate. Why would they start with something like Johnnie Walker, which has a perceived higher value? Why wouldn't they start with something else? It's just very interesting.
Because
I think it's
a good
some sort of marketing angle, obviously. Sure. But why Johnnie Walker? Like, why not one of the other brands?
I don't know. I think it's the same strategy with what Tesla did, right? You go upscale first and then you go down market.
Yeah, could be. It really strikes me as interesting. And I purposely did not look up the answer because I'm sure there's an answer out there somewhere for why this is. But again, this bottle is beautiful. And I guess there are a lot more design options considering that the bottle is completely paper. So you have a lot more flexibility, creativity with labeling and things like that. So that to me is super interesting. But again, it's wild. It's wild. They could have done it with, Smirnoff or something like that. Instead, they went with Johnnie Walker. It's pretty wild.
I mean, you're going to see kind of a sucker for that packaging. I'm not going to lie.
Keep looking at it. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. But yeah, that's the exciting part to me, in that they're going to be able to produce some really innovative and creative packaging while also greatly reducing waste. I mean, soda should not be in a glass bottle. I mean, nothing should really be in a glass bottle. The only thing that should be in a glass bottle is a bottle of beer or a good bottle of whiskey. Everything else can be in another vehicle.
True.
And yeah, this could be really interesting. We did a story about Carlsberg was doing the same thing. They launched a paper bottle in 2019, Carlsberg beer. And in 2020, Diageo revealed a similar change for Seagram 7 Crown American whiskey with a bottle made from 100% recyclable plastic. So that I can see. That I can understand. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. So it's Diageo, and they're doing a paper bottle. Pretty cool. All right, we'll close it with a little stat time. Consumer product companies have come under increased scrutiny for the amount of plastic they use in packaging, food, and other household items. In Europe, for example, 8.2 million tons of plastic were used to package food and drink in 2018, according to ING analysts. This is a trend that I hope changes because, science, and we can invent things that don't have to be sitting in the landfill for 10 million years. So
True.
I applaud Diageo for their innovation. Let's see more of this. You guys got anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
Bart, will you be buying whiskey in a paper bottle?
Yeah. Why not?
All right, bravo. All right, that's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe, or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion, or just want to say hi, find us on social media at SUMO Heavy.